Oh my. This is big. Can I be heard?
Hello. You are now on stream. Please talk and pretend to be there while I am gone for about a minute. Just introduce the match, and I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Oh, this is KP.
Have we started streaming yet?
Yes, we are live.
Are we live?
As Stunk has gone to the toilet.
Very well then. Good evening, afternoon, morning, or good noon to anyone who is watching this. My name is KP, along with Zach and Stunky here. I'm sure Zach will introduce himself in a second, while Stunky is somewhere. He has decided to disappear on us. But this match will be a Division 4 match, Week 3, pitting Explorers of Time versus Quintessence. Here we have the perspective of Quintessence member Ben. I think he is going to be our only streamer for today's match. We are just waiting on all of them to join the room now. Not particularly sure on the lineups as it stands right now. I will try and get confirmation of the lineups as we progress. But yeah, so this should be quite an interesting match. I'm sure when Stunky comes back, he can sort of tell us the standings and stuff, because MK Boards is down. I can't exactly remember who is actually in the lead between these two teams, but I'm sure it will be fairly close, both teams having sort of equal skill level. So it should be quite exciting.
Yeah, just to add on to KP's statement, we had an EXO perspective Hikaru casting, but it seems that's not going to be the case, as I think for Hikaru is he ahead 1 hour ahead of us, so it's be 3 AM now?
It will be 3 AM for him, so I think that's why he's not casting. QNT, obviously I think QNT, I think it's sometime in the late afternoon for them, so they should have no problems casting. I'm just trying to get a word on the lineups from both teams. I don't know exactly what they are. Tom, do you know what they are, or do I have to go and ask?
I haven't a clue.
You haven't a clue? Well, there we go then. I'm going to go and ask them, and then I will get back to you on that.
It's between 11 AM and 1 PM for QNT, so... For the majority of the lineup, it depends if they vote or what it is.
Okay, I have gotten both the lineups from the teams. Explorers of Time lineup is, if this is, hang on. I think Hikaru's memeing me here, because that's not their lineup whatsoever. Apparently, EXO's lineup is Raddy, Twonk, Savannah, Cinder, and Vantox. Oh, a complete MK8 team there. That's gone very well for them.
Bring in the 8.
QNT's lineup is Lockie, Campbell, Ben, Goomba, and ICU.
Ooh.
Their lineup, EXO is Daze, Hikaru, Yoshida, Felix, and Sabi.
Yeah, so in my opinion, that is one of EXO's better lineups. To be honest, I think both teams are pulling out some pretty good lineups here. QNT has Lockie and Goomba, who on registry, I believe, are at least on the 2-3-3-3 mark, so definitely they are both going to be getting up there. Ben is a member of Debilitate. He has been known to be doing quite well as well, especially in the matches as of late, so I don't think QNT could pull out a better lineup than what they have right now. EXO is probably the same, to be honest. I mean, all 4 of the people who are going to be running, I assume Savannah is going to be bagging. So all the people who are running, who are honestly they are all great players. So I think this match is going to be really close.
I mean, luckily we can go through Quintessence and EXO's previous 2 results from the season so far, because this is one of the divisions, I think it's the only division we have every single piece of information for, luckily. So, let's get this up.
Stunky, I need to ask you a question.
Okay.
Stunky, are you here?
I am here.
That's gonna be a no.
That's gonna be a mic. That's gonna be a my mic.
Disappeared here. Not entirely sure why we can't hear him, but apparently he is here, as we can see by the screen share. But his audio is being a bit shit right now. Apologies for that.
Hello.
So
Oh, here he is.
There
I
we
think
go.
we just heard like a glimpse of him.
I had to switch my mic out.
Oh dear.
My mic
Oh
died.
dear.
That is a problem.
But I was going to ask you, do you know what the standings are for this division? Because we can't see.
I do.
Because
I do.
Oh, you
Slide,
do?
Slide is a fantastic
QN
person.
Okay, well you can all
Yes.
tell me then.
That's what I was on about, but I don't know if you
Slide-
heard me at all.
Slide is now husbando of the
Sick.
chat. QNT have got 2 bonus points.
Yes.
EXO have got a win and a loss.
They beat I would say it was, for me, a surprise win against
Flow of Ocean.
Flow of Ocean last week with Flow Monkey
Flow
in
Monkey.
LU.
That was a win by 12. They did, however, lose
Yeah.
to Swift by, what is it, 84, I think? So,
Yeah,
we're...
obviously it seems sometimes it is quite LU dependent on occasion for EXO. But they seem to have, like KP said, pulled a better LU this time around, so hopefully they can keep in it with QNT at the same time. At the same time. What? Okay.
I think we will be starting soon. I'll ask if they need a kickstart.
Old, yes. Unfortunately, I cannot kickstart because I've switched my Wii off
Oh,
and everything.
I think you must have been planning some bed.
No, I've just kind of binned my Wii after that war.
Ah, not great.
We just did.
Looks like Ben's actually decided to have a controller disconnect.
That's quite familiar with me. Oh, he's good with. They've got a kickstart. We don't need one. Although
Yeah,
Stunk doesn't need to.
I always like to check just in case they do need stuff. Just because it can sometimes make casts easier, it can make wars easier on people, it can definitely benefit quite a lot.
I don't know if. Hold on, I can.
That's QNT Bill for the kickstart. Oh, KP is in the call still. I was going to say, has he dropped?
I was gonna say, yeah.
Well,
he's not.
I do apologise. My mic was on mute apparently, and I've been talking to myself. So yes, I do apologise for that one. I've
Yep.
not had a fun time there.
No, I don't think you have, but it's
Hold on.
it's worked in the end.
It has worked in the end.
I will find. Okay, so QNT top 3 in room, and then we have EXO 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10. Seems this war you. I need to see who's target.
Discord, work with me, please. Thank you. What the
Oh,
f is
dear.
that? I can't even type in there. Sorry. Sorry,
Do
I
we
got.
have any idea? Oh,
Any ideas on what? Your
any
mic
idea
sort of
on the
died.
any idea on the rule set?
I'm imagining suicide. I wouldn't imagine to
It's
see either of these
suicide.
teams.
It's
yeah.
suicide.
I was gonna say I wouldn't imagine either of these teams doing trolling, but I think both of them will probably do suicide.
At this
Makes
point,
sense.
I see people call suicide no trolling more than I see them call it suicide.
Well, I think that's a good thing. That means trolling is becoming more prominent. I think that could be considered a good thing in some people's lives.
Trolling was more prominent back in like 2011.
Yes, but,
Trolling
but
was
it's getting,
default.
It's getting back to it.
Trolling was default. I like
Yes, but
trolling.
that was-
Trolling was good. It was fun to bag back then. Not anymore for me.
And we are starting here. Let's see if QNT B Shell. Let's see if his internet can hold here. Hopefully, it'll be able to.
QNT's team of items.
Team of items.
I think they're all items that you need to win in QNT's eyes.
So both these teams not doing the greatest so far in the division, but a win here will definitely put one, if not both of them, in good stead.
Let's have a.
I think it'd be more QNT seeing this as a must-win match, considering they've, not won so far. I mean, obviously they've got 2 bonus points, but the W is better than the bonus point.
The W is better than the bonus points. However, as long as QNT can keep getting bonus points, that normally could do them quite well. As long as they're not losing matches by more than 20, they could actually have themselves in good stead. And potentially, we've seen teams before, they could even get to playoffs on just bonus points. It can happen. It just depends. Well, yeah, because if you get bonus points every week, then you can probably get there.
I don't think 10's enough, I'm going to be honest.
Well, it might have been, so there.
Looks like there's an official MKW cast happening as well, so...
Oh, that sounds very fun.
They're alongside us, apparently, but...
Okay, so it picks Delfino. I think that was an EXO pick. Possibly... Oh, 1 second.
Apparently I have to mention the lineups. I wasn't the one that saw the lineups.
Oh.
You did. There are baggers.
We did already
happening.
mention the lineups. I will go through them again just quickly. Explorers of Time has Daze, Yoshida, Felix, Sabi, and who else is playing for them? Hikaru. And then QNT is going to be Ben, Lucky, Campbell, Goomba, and ICU, who is going to be the Suicider for this match.
So let's see what happens. Ben, first place so far.
Yeah, he's held that since, I think, the outset, even though, was he third in room?
I think so.
Which, I mean, obviously in Delfino's quite surprising, but...
ICU, as we can see, going the viable character of Yoshi there. Going that very viable character. He is currently winning the bagging battle against Sabi. Sabi doesn't seem to be that close to him, so Sean might be getting a free shock in 10th, unless Sabi can pull it in 9th.
It's almost as if Sabi panicked there. You see that when QNT got near her, she immediately drove into the wall. You don't have to literally stop in order to avoid trolling. You just have to play where you know they won't be. Whoa!
Ooh.
That is unfortunately, if this is no trolling, that is a penalty.
That's definitely going to be a penalty if that's no trolling. I don't know why she waited there. I'm not entirely sure why she waited there.
If you think about it, it's the same two positions as QNT, but if it's impacting... I think it's obviously impacting...
Oh, it's impacting Ben's race, so therefore there's going to be a penalty.
Yes. Penalty cartwheel ready.
Unless this is trolling, which is weird. She literally waited until Ben was right next to her.
Yeah.
And then she decided to use it. I don't know why she did that, but there we go. ICU is going forwards there in 9th, I believe. He might have the shock.
The thing I find strange is that we literally were saying how Sabi seemed scared to touch people by hitting a wall and going wide, and then we see her literally smashing into the runner.
Yeah, that objective seemed to make...
That is the shock. That is a quintessence shock.
Well.
That's a quintessence shock, I believe. But I don't think it's going to matter too much, because QNT is still getting guaranteed top 2. Are they top 3? Yes, they are.
That's top 4? I see.
I think even mid top 4, yes.
I definitely see Mega near there.
Quite surprising, considering the fact that, Delfino's quite known for its shortcuts and you can't really keep a top spot.
Well, you have to give credit to QNT there. They maintained top 2 and dodged 2 of their people getting that top 4. And I believe Sean is going to be getting 9th as well, because he went forward while Sabi was going back.
Nitro saying hello. Oh, Ducky. 41, 42 to 19, race 1.
So still a winning race to QNT by a significant amount, Hikaru being the only person to get up there. And Sabi has already gotten them a minus 20, so they're going to be on negative points now, actually.
That might not be a 20, given the impact.
I think EXO got a DC already. They want a reset.
That race is unfortunately going to be counting anyway, I believe. Only one DC happening, but...
I can see Myth saying, hey, they're not Indian casters. How's it going?
Yeah. Feel free to read the chat if you want, casters, just for the sake of reacting and seeing what people believe, because I know people say that they want to be more noticed and have more of an opinion in casts, but...
According to Savannah, someone in line of being an idiot, clan drama lol. Oh dear.
What?
It doesn't sound like it's gone all that amazing for EXO there.
Oh dear.
Well, they're getting a penalty at this
They are
point.
going to be getting a penalty, which it might only be, as well, you know the rules more than me. It's probably going.
minus 20 and someone being triggered. It doesn't
No.
seem like a good start.
It won't be a 20.
It's not a
but
20.
It'll be something along those lines. Maybe like a 10 or something. Who knows?
In my eyes, it's not a 20.
I
mean,
Well, I'm
say
sure
20,
they'll be discussed by council later. I presume.
I believe, and I hate to say there's a similar case, but there was a case literally maybe the week before, Swift versus EXO, where Sabi took a box from a runner there and it was a 10. So
yeah,
it might be considered to be the exact same. I'm not sure if there's going to be any mitigating factors to separate the two.
Obviously, I believe that was a lap 1 bump, so it might not have been considered to. In fact, so it's going to be probably either a -5 or a -10, really.
well, no, regardless, it looked like it was intentional.
Yeah.
Because she literally waited at that box until Ben was like literally right next to her and then moved. She could have moved many times before that, and she decided to move at the exact time. The streamer was near her. Like it just seemed like it was intentional to me.
I believe that. Sorry to change subject quickly, but I believe that EXO are getting a sub because Sabi has just said in the D4 chat if Felix rejoins, use him as a kickstart. So that obviously means they're swapping someone around.
Phoenix definitely not staying in the lineup then.
Oh yeah, according to Frozen, she took the box and she trolled. So,
Yeah, she
that
did,
might be a
she did.
bigger penalty. Depending on how it's going, we don't know where that will be discussed later.
I'd definitely question if it's worth a 20, but
Well, I'm sure you'll be discussing it later, won't you? So
yeah, I'll love discussing it later. EXO harass.
yeah,
I love these names.
Oh dear.
Let me quickly see if I can get a clip of that actually, just so we can submit that now, get that debated.
Yeah.
Just in case we can get a verdict before the end of the cast.
Well, EXO Harass is back in the room, so if he's getting kicked, then that's not going to be.
We'll
ruined.
ask who Sabi is subbing in.
Hopefully, it's going to be someone of equal skill level to Felix, as they really do need to keep up with QNT here. They can't use someone like, no offense to him, but Cooper Guy. You know, you can't use someone like that. No offense to him, but. They can't. They need to sub in someone who is going to be at equal skill level there. Because, like I said before, QNT probably using one of their best lineups. Despite Sean ICU, I've known him for I've known him for at least a year and a half now. I know he's not the greatest bagger in the world. He doesn't do it a whole lot, but when he does, I've known him to be fairly good at it, as shown in that race. So, I mean, we don't know. We'll just have to see. Hopefully, EXO, if they are going to sub someone in, can bring in someone useful.
I've said potential troll. It is quite clearly a troll, but
There's something in.
looks like Cinder. That is Cinder.
That is Cinder, someone who's played like 2 Mario Kart Wii matches in his life.
I think he either played week 10 of last season or week 1 of this season. I can't remember. It's one
Week
of those.
2 of this season. Week 2.
Yeah. Week 2 he played.
I can't remember how much he scored. I think he scored like 40 set. He scored like, it wasn't very high, but it was enough where Flow of Ocean couldn't win. So I guess that's all that matters, so long as the rest of his team could help him out.
It genuinely wasn't. I remember looking and being surprised at Cinder's point. So you know what? Subbing Cinder in might be a good idea.
Alright, but yeah, we do have confirmation it is Cinder's being subbed in.
I'll be giving any debate that does happen in the council if there's anything that we can announce, but there's not often things you can announce until it gets decided on, because leaking and stuff.
There is 10 in room, but I believe Felix will be a Kickstarter, so we are still waiting on one more person.
That's Sabby there.
Yeah.
Let's see if EXO. Whoa, there's EXO. Whoa.
What do you? You're looking at the car. You're looking at the Twitch, not the.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Oh, you're.
Your screen share just lagged.
Oh. Oh,
I don't know.
I was able to tell it was Sabby in room, but
Yeah,
I could already
it's
tell
fine,
from
I
the
think.
maze.
should I re-share or?
No, I think we'll be okay.
okay.
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay.
If it starts getting choppy or whatever, then we'll obviously.
I mean, Sabby's even just admitted to us she's getting a penalty, so she already knows what she did. She already knows what she did there.
I got a penalty. Oh, that's.
She's even admitted she's got the penalty, so yeah.
Well, at least it's an admittance. But we've got to see if people admitting
We've
to
got Augusta
their.
in the stream chat
Hello,
saying,
Augusta.
so I've been watching for about 15 minutes now and only one race has been completed. Is this what MKW is like? Yes.
It is exactly what
Yeah.
MKW is like.
Yeah.
The private
Especially
servers.
on Wii.
The private servers aren't as bad as they used to be, but they still aren't great.
I mean, I took quite a large break, as you know, so I don't actually know if what they were like when they first opened, but because I can't actually remember, to be honest. But we'll see. And there's Ben's controller thing again.
Ben's batteries have not had a fun time. He'll be waiting for them to start the room before he turns that back on.
Let's hope they don't die during the race, because otherwise we won't really have much to cast.
No. Oh, Hikaru's getting angry that they haven't started yet because it's 3:30 AM for him.
Angry.
Angry. Hikaru at Angry.
Lucky's apparently trying to get onto the Wiimmfi site
Why?
to
Can't
kickstart.
Oh, right.
But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. He basically needs to kickstart because Felix joined the room when he wasn't meant to.
Yeah.
You can't kickstart when you can't get on Wiimmfi.de.
I mean, obviously it's going to be interesting seeing two of EXO's sort of baggers in the same LU. I assume it's going to be Cinder running, but... Oh.
Like I said, Cinder has surprised quite a few of us with the match that he played. So he might be able to pull something out this time as well.
Looks like we might be starting. I see Ben's got his controller back. Hopefully that means that we'll be starting soon and that he's reacting.
It did take him a while to change, sort of get it back on, so maybe he was changing battery just to be safe. Obviously you don't want to lose a WL match when you're 0-2, because when you...
Your batteries are the thing to blame, yeah. I like the Twitch clips thing because it's actually given us so many troll potential proofs that could have been lost otherwise. It's made it helpful for us. Looks like we're going to be seeing Cinder rejoin. Got to wait for Sabby as well, I believe. Few people disconnected that time for the room, but... I think Sabby's about to join there. Yep, there we go. EXO Woe there.
I'm going to refresh because I don't know the Mies at all, so I'm going to see what spots they have. Okay, so QNT still have very strong spots in the room. Top 2, 4, 6. So you could be probably seeing something like maybe, I don't know, TF coming out. And then EXO, they're only really 2. They only have really 1 or 2 strong spots. They have 3, 5. And then they have... Oh wait, no, they don't have 3-5 either. They have... Oh! Yeah, EXO actually have 3 third in room, and then they actually have nothing else. So that's not going to be good for them. They're probably going to go something along the lines of... I don't know, in terms of, like, skill to, or, like, from running to luck, it's probably going to be something middle ground.
My mic keeps muting itself for some reason. Apologies for that.
I mean, just try guessing.
I was trying to I was trying to have a conversation with Zach, and I thought he was, oh, you're talking to yourself and you're ignoring me. And I'm like, oh no, my mic's muted. I'm talking to myself. Sorry, guys. I've done that twice now.
I didn't ignore you, KP.
I've done that twice, but yeah, as you said, QNT holds the majority of the top spots. As long as they're confident, they should pick something with at least a little bit of running ability. You mentioned TF, which is what they seem to be choosing.
Mine. Yeah, it's gone a bit. It's frozen for me.
EXO is choosing DDR, but I believe that is that all 5 of EXO choosing TF there. No, hang on. No, all 5 of QNT rather. Not.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Meanwhile, EXO completely different on their track picks. Have no idea what they seem to be doing. But they are all completely different, except for 2 people who seem to agree.
No idea, because it just literally paused as it was slowing down.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm okay. I also have no idea what it is, but there we are.
It's TF.
It's TF. Right.
We're getting TF. Have you got screen sharing issues?
No, it keeps freezing for some reason.
We'll reset it after this race then, but we're going to be seeing Ben 3rd place. Manages to avoid the red. Yeah, we are. Thanks for the question. Top 2 so far for Ben and I believe Lucky. It looks like Ben getting redded though.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Again, no idea. I'm still seeing a black screen.
Okay, so, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be stopping sharing and re-sharing. We're going to be seeing Ben take the cut with a golden there. Going to be able to get the chain into this next set, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Golden runs out in time. His 4th place box is going to be a single green, though. Not the best item.
Looks EXO fails to do so.
Has a single shroom, though. He could be making the shortcut again.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That power's going to be preventing him. And hitting a green. Bit unfortunate. He's got some more shrooms though.
Probably gonna, take cut here.
No, he changed them. He does literally spam them. Gets a golden though. Could be. Not sure where he should be using this golden, to be honest. Oh no, he used it once.
That hints to me that QNT might have shock.
Yeah, he is cycling through items quite quick.
Yeah.
He's going to be getting another item box. Going to be a mega. This could be a good dodge for him. He's holding it. He's not cycling this.
They're probably going to get EXO after boxes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. And I think Cinder dropping a star there, wasn't it?
Cinder dropped a star. I believe it was just trying to get Lucky into boxes and the EXO members after boxes. Still not going to be causing... Oh no, Daze fails!
Oh, is that top 2 for
That is top
QNT?
2 for QNT. I'm not sure what happened to Daze there, but he definitely dropped some spots.
Don't worry, my timer still says you're on a minute of TF.
What?
Hang on.
Oh dear.
I recommend you reload again.
Yeah, I'm freezing completely. Give me a second.
Maybe rejoin the call or something. It was doing the same to Hawk yesterday.
Give me a second.
Yeah, but the thing is, KP couldn't even stay in the call yesterday. It was that bad.
I don't think that was to do with my internet. I think that was to do with Skype itself.
Okay, we're going to be seeing
35,
38... Sorry, 38 to 25. So 38 to 25, leaving the scores 80 to 44. No, they're not leaving the scores 80 to 44. What am I doing?
I'm not sure what you've done.
I'm not sure what I've done there. 19 plus 30 plus 25 It is going to be
Well,
that.
it seems KP's in bringing.
Oh, I've added 2 bonus points. I've given EXO 2 points more than they should have had. Sorry.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss is not on.
No, it's definitely not 38 to 25, is it? When it's 61 a race. That'll be why. But 80 to 42.
Is KP having issues? Not sure.
Let's just assume he's having issues and cast without him until he rejoins. Cooper Cape going to be the track. A track where you could potentially run. They'll be hoping for perhaps a green shell to take the Shrumba. Let's see.
Good evening. Sorry about that.
Good evening. Can you see?
I can see perfectly well now.
You can see clearly now the rain has gone.
The rain has indeed gone.
Doesn't look as if Shrumba's going to be the thing on Ben's mind. Gets a draft from Lucky.
Okay, I can. He's gonna try and snipe. Is that? I believe that's days. Oh wait, no, it can't be days. It's someone. I haven't fully memorised what the meaning.
QNT currently in top 3.
Yeah, top 3 for QNT. Going to be a strong set of positions for them to be, but we've just got to see what actually happens. Can they hold on to these kind of spots, or will they be like target shocked or blued? Because there's definitely opportunities to be hit off the track here.
I think what Sean really needs to do here is just get the shock and hold it for them, because they're perfectly fine running a track like this. As long as they are able to get that shock as well, it's going to be very useful for them.
Like the previous lap, but he's not going to obviously go for the Shrumba there. Or doesn't want to mess up his team in the case of if there's a bit of a lag or something.
Our jockey is there, Hikaru, taking away that 3rd place.
Let's see. Will Ben be able to maybe... Ben does...
Literally just missed.
Ben connects.
11 seconds.
Well, Ben connects with Hikaru there. Going to be backspang. I believe hits Cinder as well. So this top 3 is quite solid so far.
I just think QNT need to hold on to this. There's surprisingly been no blue shells yet, and no shocks. Could be an indication that QNT has both of them.
He's going to put a fib down there. Probably going to try and just give him some space.
Has these triple greens...
He's the one who has EXO behind him, so he's going to have to try and fend them off for the sake of the top 2.
Looks like these triple greens are just going to be used for defence. There's definitely no attempts to get Shrimbas or anything fancy here. No snipes either, I don't believe. But Daze's build, dropping him into the off-road, giving QNT top 3 still. If EXO have the shock, it's going to be after the top 3 have passed the set, so that they can't do anything, and there's potential to reset the items to get a shot, to get Shrimp. Sorry, doesn't look like we're going to be seeing that.
Yeah, I'm fully confident QNT has that shock. So.
Yeah, that's going to be 1-3-4 or 1-2-4.
Yeah. Top 2-4, an EXO member did pass Ben on the line, so that is going to be a top 2-4 and another winning race for QNT.
Another winning race for QNT.
Okay, apologies about me just being completely silent that entire race. I couldn't see anything to comment on.
This is unfortunate.
I'm going to have to leave the call, come back, and then see what's going on.
Yeah, that's fair enough. For the people that are asking when MK Boards is coming back, we're being given the guidance of maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, it was going to be late tonight or early tomorrow. That's what we were told.
It's what we've been told, but we've been told that for a few days. Apparently, miscommunication between the old server host and the new server host means that we didn't have the files to actually transfer, despite the fact that we were told we had the files and they were being transferred.
Yep.
It was a miscommunication. Some people interpreted it that we had everything and that it would legitimately be like best case scenario. Like, oh, it's definitely happening, but it didn't, unfortunately. 38. Yeah, 38. That's another 38 to 25 race there. Apologies for being a bit slow on the update for the scores. That's just me having a bit of a rant about the server that is still not up, but hopefully will be up by the times that CTs get played for a few of the teams.
QNT has been running the majority of this races. You've got to give them a ton of credit for doing that.
I definitely would give them credit. They've been doing really well.
It is odd to me as well. They haven't won a match yet, but if they've been playing like this, I don't understand why. I mean, they've been playing supremely well against one of EXO's best lineups. So I'm very surprised here. Anyway, we see BC Wii being the track of choice. BC Wii the track of choice.
Yeah, BC Wii is the track of choice. 25 seconds in, however. Ben would
be great if my screen share wasn't freezing. There we go.
There we go. Ben with a green shell in second place. Days first place. Doesn't look as if anyone took the glitch, as there's no change in positions.
I would recommend some of the Daisy users really trying to go for that glitch. Cinder as well in second place here. As we said, he is going to be pulling his weight here. Although Ben might be able to get him out of that second place. We will wait and see.
Let's see.
Ben has been able to sort of get Cinder out of that third place. They are jockeying for position right now. Who's going to get the advantage here? And it looks like it's going to be Cinder because he pushes Ben into a wall.
I think Ben clipped the wall there as well, but I've managed to give too many points again. I can't believe it. For some weird reason, my brain is telling me that it's a 38 to 25, despite the fact that it's 38 to 23. My brain is doing that.
Oh dear. We do see Ben in fourth place here. We see QNT B Shell in first. No, never mind. He has been hit off by the fire. No, never mind. Someone else was hit off by the fire, not him. QNT B Shell believing that's Goomba or someone.
Lucky.
Is that Lucky? That's Lucky then.
Lucky.
Licky.
Division 4. Wasn't
Division 4.
Didn't the poll end up with Division 4 getting quite a few votes on how to pronounce his name? Anyway.
Probably.
Going into lap 3, this pal.
That might be a Targa Power on Days.
No, Days holds on.
They managed to avoid it, but if Ben can get Days out of second place, this will be another great race for QNT.
We've got to just make sure here. Days still second place. I think Ben may be more wanting to prioritise maybe getting 1, 3, 4 or something at this point, but doesn't look
even if QNT can keep 1, 3, that's still going to be a winning race for them.
I'm not sure it is.
Well, depending on what else they get.
I'm seeing a lot of they've got 2, 3, and there's a lot of EXO members behind them. EXO members are the people behind them, so
not entirely sure what happened to Lucky there. I don't know why he did not get first. Was there a shock or something that I missed?
Maybe there was a blue. That might have been the reason why.
I didn't even see. The stream kind of froze for me at that time. But as you said, EXO getting first and probably 4th and 5th as well. So the first winning race so far for EXO.
Might be a winning race. You never know. There could be some lag.
Maybe. Let us see what the results end up being.
Oh, yep, okay, so that's a winning race for QNT there. What is it, 34? Oh, yeah. I believe 34 to 27. Not a win by as much, but
Dave's managing to keep on to that first place, but none of his team really doing a whole lot for him right now.
No, QNT up 60 after, I believe, 4 races, so...
4 races, yeah. Like you said, Day is doing really well for his team, but unfortunately the other 3 runners not doing the greatest. Oh, apparently according to the stream he got shock read, so there was a shock. Yeah, apologies. I didn't see that, my stream froze, so that is going to be on me.
Yeah, I knew there was a shock, I didn't realise he got shock redded. I thought it was a shock cancel for a blue or something, but turns out it was a shock red. Turns out it was intentionally killing Lucky there, but
we are seeing some track picks, some team picks even of Daisy Circuit and Coconut Mall with one or two DDRs in the mix there. The track of selection will be a track. I didn't see what it was. It is Coconut Mall. We're going to go to the mall, get some shopping, hopefully for some big points. We do see Ben here. And my stream has decided to freeze again.
Okay,
it seems to be doing this long.
I'm going to discuss what's happening at the moment. We're going to be seeing Ben getting his 4th place. Lucky going to be in third place. I believe QNT Powell first place there, so good spots so far.
Goomba. Pretty sure that's Goomba.
Ben actually managing to get into third, giving them top 3 so far. Days the only real risk. Looks like Days actually does manage to connect with Ben in the end, so top 2-4 so far for Quintessence.
Days has really been sort of the focal point, hasn't he, of EXO so far?
Well, he's the focal point, and he's also the car hitting point as he drops back down into 4th place, I believe. Top 3 Quintessence so far.
Oh dear.
Ben opting not to be back spamming any bananas in the shortcut, maybe indicating that their 4th member was taking the shortcut. Let's have a look. Is that the QNT? It was QNT, so that's a good assumption by me, apparently.
This is currently top 4 for them, and I believe the Yoshi, which is Sean, is in 9th. And if he has the shock, that will be very beneficial for them. They should be able to keep this quite easily. However, I don't think any of the top 4 spots have the blue shell, so if EXO can pull, I would say one of them, but they probably need about 2 of them at least. That would be beneficial for them.
I mean,
Ben holding on to this pal.
Top 4 could be bad if there's a shock coming in.
There's a mega, that's a shock!
That is a shock coming in. This could be... It's all down to what they chain to. Days may have got... How many shrooms did he get? Is he taking the full cut? I think he is.
Yeah, Days seem to get triple shrooms or a golden. I believe that is going to be Days in 1st place now. Cinder in 5th. QNT still 2, 3, 4, 6 though. So they must have only dodged 2 of their members there.
Ben pulling that thundercloud though. He's going to be able to have to pass it to Cinder. Gets it off. Cinder's got no chance there. Cinder and a mega, actually.
Cinder has a mega, so clearly that was what he chained to. QNT still 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. Days needs to keep that 1st place.
No,
he got hit
Ben!
He got hit into a car! And now he's hitting every wall in existence, but does still manage to get 6th place.
No, he doesn't. He gets overtaken on... think he gets overtaken on the line by Hikaru. We did see the position. I saw the position change like at the very last second, but I'm not sure if that was a actual position change or if he'll retain his 6th.
Let us see what happens here. I believe that was Days getting 1st place. Days having a really good GP there. I think he got something like 50 points for that GP, so credit to him. Quintessence, I think, got 2, 3, 4 even still. So they might have still won that race. I'm not entirely sure of
2, 3, 4 is an immediate win because that's 30 on its own. That was 33 to 28, so winning that by 5.
Really impressive with this 50 points, but as I said earlier, it's great that he's getting those points. His team not doing much for him. And I suppose you could blame that maybe on the time difference. You know, Hikaru, it's 3:30 in the morning for him. You know, you've got Cinder, who barely plays the game. You've got Savvy bagging, obviously she can't get points. So I know you can give EXO a bit of room, but at the end of the day...
You've got Savvy bagging, she can't get points.
Yeah, well, when you bag, you don't get points, do you? That's not how this game works.
Well, you didn't say QNT's got ICU, he don't get points, did you?
Yeah. Yes, but unlike QNT, EXO only has 1 person scoring. QNT is a team effort right now, whereas EXO only seems to be having Days, and maybe Hikaru to an extent, scoring 20 points, but other than that...
Let's have a look and see what the team's going to pick this time. Seems like QNT have been dominating the races recently, but EXO do have the opportunity to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? They're only down 65. That's definitely comebackable. It's happened before. We are going to be seeing 150cc. Not entirely sure if it's 150cc only or not, but we are getting 150 this GP nevertheless.
I'd presume it's probably 150cc only, but BC64 coming out from Quintessence, it seems. Dry Ruins, Peach Gardens. Not sure about the Mii's, but it looks like one of the EXO members going for Dry Ruins. Not picking with the team, but Peach Gardens is getting picked there. EXO's main pick there for the team there.
Again, I'm not seeing very many track picks, not track picks, rather team picks from EXO. So they do really need to start on those team picks because that's what Quintessence is doing, and I think that's helping them in the long run.
Right, okay.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm going to see if it's any better at all.
Okay.
It seems better.
Let's have a look. We've got Ben first place. This green shell could help if QNT lose their second, but let's see what happens. Both baggers playing it safe. I believe there was no trolling that lap round. This is the kind of lap, or this is the kind of track that's quite easy to get trolling penalties, because when you go around some of those turns, it's quite blind, and of course with a bit of lag, you can take a box that you don't want to, or you can bump someone that you don't intend to. Like if Tabby on his screen was any tighter, you know, it could have been a bump, for example, but going to be seeing Cinder getting it first, doesn't get sniped, so going to be able to maintain first place for a bit.
Okay.
There we go. I've just reset my call.
Sorry, I didn't entirely grasp it.
Cinder is in first place. As I said before, you can't really underestimate Cinder. Maybe he hasn't played the game as long as anyone else has, but does still certainly know how to drive. Ben now in second, no item, he needs to watch out, but it does seem his teammates are behind him, so I suppose an item is not exactly necessary right now.
Might want to try and pull second place Shroom. Oh no, he doesn't, he gets tripped.
In comes the shock, yes. That's going to be an EXO shock. EXO going to be able to get into these top spots. Perhaps this will be the first winning race for them.
Possibly,
that's Daze, Yoshta and Cinder who all dodged that shock. So that's definitely going to be them all getting off there. Ben does pull that Mega. If he can get up there, maybe even try and Mega Cinder here, or just chain into the last box. We'll have to see what he does here. EXO currently maintaining the majority of top spots.
Chain here, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to chain. What's he going to get? He's going to get a bomb. I would not risk that. I would not risk trying to hit them for the sake of his teammates. So I think he will just able to hold this. That's exactly what he's doing. Make sure he does not get bumped into any of those things, and he does pull fifth place. QNT, I think, might have even still won that race. They definitely got second. They got something in the top two. If it was first, then Quintessence definitely still won that race, despite 3 of EXO dodging.
I'm not sure they did. I'm not sure that. I know that they got like 5-7 QNT. Maybe it was an odd spots race.
Yeah, because I saw a couple of EXO. I saw Karu back there. I believe I saw Daze in a middle spot. So Yoshta or someone along. Oh no, yeah. So there's QNT getting
not an odd spots race, but yeah, winning race for QNT. They're going to be 33. Is it 33? It's 33. 33 to 28, I believe. I'm going to recount that just in case.
It seems that was...
That is definitely not 33.
Was Ben lagged by Cinder?
35 to 26. Sorry, I can't count.
It is a bit confusing because, you know, EXO used that shock. They dodged 3 of their players and yet still had a bad race. And it just seems like QNT has their number provoked.
Yeah, it's almost like... Maybe EXO are playing a bit too predictable. Maybe it's a bit too little too late when they do use it. It's a case where the runners for QNT are so strong where they can get that lead. And if they have the lead, sometimes dodges aren't enough. You know, maybe in wars where the pack is a lot closer, dodges are enough. But some of these races we've seen, you know, certain people have enough of a break where shocks don't impact them enough. We are going to be seeing Dry Ruins come out, though. I believe the EXO...
That's an EXO pick.
We are now halfway through the war. EXO down at 74. Still comebackable.
I mean, it'll obviously be good for them getting the trap pick for a start. Because it'll benefit their positions. But considering... the top was very mixed. Could be quite a few. We see Ben was holding out triple greens here. He's gonna.
I reckon
EXO 2-3 as well. I'm not.
It looks as if QNT's first place actually failed there. So Ben gets to connect with Cinder, but Daze and I believe Yoshta top 2 currently for EXO. Yeah. We're going to be seeing the baggers go around there. I believe that was QNT with the current advantage going backwards, but Ben could throw this forwards. Try to connect with Days, I believe, but not sure it's going to connect. We'll see.
I'm not sure what he did with it there.
He threw it forwards. He did throw.
Though. He's using it.
Nice wall clip.
Trying to get the chain on the zipper there.
Let's have a look and see. Ben actually not getting a box there, so no Ultra for him this lap.
Was he really bumped by Cinder just before the ramp? I didn't.
A little bit, but I don't think it impacted, or it should have impacted his ability to get a box. Oh,
he does pull TC.
Doesn't manage to pass it to EXO Woe there.
But he pull a Mega here. No, pulls another blooper.
Yeah, Ben's item's not the greatest that lap. This gives EXO a chance to come back.
Let's see, Ben.
Sure, I will notice that both the baggers are going forwards. I believe that is shown in the bill, so EXO might even have the shock.
Let's see. We've got Lucky.
That's a
dodge.
Oh.
That is a dodge.
EXO.
Cinder pulling a star off that as well. EXO definitely saving their race quite a bit there.
Ben
still getting a very good race. Ben getting 8th after all that.
He got bumped into the off-road, I think, by his teammate, possibly.
Honestly, that was fantastic team play by EXO there. They might have even gotten a top 3, top 2, but they definitely had a winning race there. This is where the comeback begins for EXO.
Yeah, that is a comeback. That's definitely a good race. 41-20. So that's...
Credit to Sally there for managing to get that shock. Sean seems to be getting quite a few of them. If she can keep up races like that, it should be quite easy to come back from.
They're now only down 53 points. But I think we need to explain something that was just asked in the chat, which is why do we have logos if we're then covering them with scores? The main reason currently is because we were meant to have another design for this season, but currently we don't have a finalised template file for both leagues, so...
Yeah, with them cables being done, I don't think that's 100% helped.
We are seeing a team pick here from EXO of Yoshi Falls. Quintessence again now, they're the ones who seem to have their track picked all over the place.
Well...
Two Luigi
circuits,
DP2, So both teams not really having perfect track picks.
Possibly better.
LC, yeah, LC going to be getting picked there. Got to see, will QNT be able to make the most of their bottom spots here?
That is going to be good for QNT, so this is going to be a good track for them. Let's see what they can do with this track selection.
I mean, they might want him to be looked to get something early on, just hold, but that might be risky considering EXO. You know, there's always the possibility that EXO can pull the shock.
Ben has pulled triple shrooms in fourth first box. Perfect item to get on this track.
Yeah, it's perfect if he can maintain the shrooms that he holds, because the strat, of course, to take the shortcut 3 times, but POW, shock, blue. It also
they are all features, but
yeah, has to use one to speed up after being hit by the red. It's going to be probably trying to use his final shroom for this shortcut, but that will expose him to a lot of out. Oh, okay. He clips the wall actually, so.
Oh dear.
loses some time.
I think possibly having to use that second shroom might have benefited him because now he doesn't have the chance of getting TS'd because, you know,
Cinder trying to stop Mega QNT there, trying to stop trolling Australians. Not going to go too well for you there.
Let's have a
Ben
look.
is shrooming up. Is there going to be a shock in play last minute? Ben has another win. TC, that's
Ben!
Ducky! Your boy Hikaru, despite it being 4 AM, is managing to start people still.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of freezing for me as well. Like, literally, it froze from the start of the boost panel at the end to, I think, literally crossing the finish line and waiting for results.
It does affect every stream for me. There's not a single thing that happens where it doesn't.
EXO winning that race again. That's going to be, I believe, 35 to 26 to them.
This is the comeback that EXO needed. You know, we were sort of counting them out, but you know what? They've impressed us these past 2 races, and it's quite easy for them to come back now. Definitely can't count them out after those impressive 2 races.
They're going Daisy Circuit again, obviously Quintessence, Yoshi Falls, goes by 2 for EXO.
Yeah, Yoshi Falls also for EXO. Again, there are not many team picks going on, but for the majority, you know, 3 Daisy Circuits for Quintessence, Yoshi Falls for EXO.
I'm not 100% sure what race we're on here. Race 7, because
We're looking at race... This is going to be race 9.
I wasn't too sure because I sort of obviously left. And
that's a random codes factory.
That's obviously going to be good for EXO.
That's going to be a very good thing for EXO. Look, definitely on their side in terms of track picks there.
I mean, a random front-running track that was already picked. Definitely the fact that they've managed to get it on a random is beneficial for them quite heavily.
Fairly
lucky. Well.
Oh, this team sure went forward and then decided to drive back.
That is a good track. If you go forward there, sort of go around those boxes, hopefully 10th place does pull the bill. Sometimes that is quite useful on this track to go forward in that first little bit anyway.
Okay, so Ben's going to be trying to take the shortcut. Yeah.
Let's use it to avoid the ramp, obviously. Shroom's all the way up to 3rd.
Looks like currently QNT... I think this is the thing I was on about again. The fact that QNT seem to have more of a running prowess. We can see top 3 for QNT right now on a race where we said was front running normally. EXO going into the race with, what was it, 1-3-4, so...
Yeah, 1-3-4.
Not too sure. I mean...
They do have everything behind top 3, so if they can manage to shift them out of that with...
I think they need to rely on Sabi getting the shock. That is all they need right now. If they rely on Sabi to just get the shock, they'll be fine. So I think they need to rely heavily on Sabi here, and they also need to rely heavily on their own item usage to get some dodges as well.
We're going to be seeing a blue coming in. I'm not sure that's going to impact Lockie enough to cause them to lose their top 3, but...
Ben is in first place.
Oh, that's going to be an EXO shock, is it? That's an EXO shock. Cinder getting a dodge. There's a Mega coming in as well.
That's an EXO shock, and that's going to be another winning race for them, provided that they can get up there now.
Okay, let's see.
They definitely got top 2. I think they...
Again, exactly as I said. They needed to rely on Sabi.
Yeah, they need to rely on the shock there.
You know what? They relied on Sabi, they relied on their own item look, and everything came up for them. So good on them.
It seems we've got some quite large delay because they've literally apparently just started the race.
Yeah.
On
who's Mike
viewers' screens, but we've just finished casting. Well, not casting the war, I mean the race.
That's going to be 33, 35, 36. 36 to 25.
So closing the gap to...
You know what? I want to call out Cinder, like everyone said. You know, I said at the start of this, you know, he might not do all that well. You know, he plays MK8 majority of the time. But really impressive so far. As I said, even in the last war he did, was it last week, I believe he played? Both times he's been really, really impressive so far. So shout out to him. Not really seen too much from the baggers' perspective this war. We have seen shock count being quite even, I'd say. Sabi's definitely bringing the shot count back up to a tie, or close enough anyway. We have these 3 races left. EXO is down. Oh, what are they down? 33, is that?
That is 33.
33, yes.
33 for 3 races left.
Through, though.
Do you want to know what? That is really, really possible for them. And if EXO can bring this back, you know what? Kudos to them. Those past 3 races, they really proved us wrong.
I think we've obviously seen it before as well. I think we saw it. What's going to have been yesterday with BA and NRG. I think BA got quite a slender lead, and then NRG clawed it back towards the end, and then it was very, very close to the last 2 races. So it could be something similar here if EXO do continue in the way that they've been going.
You know what? As long as they can keep it close, I think that's all that matters. The bonus point is a critical thing to have in this league. So
actually, that's a good point. They're only 13 away from getting the bonus point as well.
Exactly. Yeah, they are only 13 away. Another race like they've been doing, and that's easily achievable.
So they literally have to lose the next. They have to lose the next 3 races, or win the next 3 races by 13.
Something that is very possible to do.
Yeah.
You know, losing or winning a race by 13 is definitely possible.
I mean, we're looking at bonus point as a possibility. It's always possible that they can win. Winning by 33 in 3s, definitely possible. We've seen GPs where teams can win by 80. So...
It is possible, I'll admit that, but you know what? That they need to just do what they've been doing these past 3 races. You know what? Sabi's been getting all the shocks. They've been holding dodges. Their teamwork's been really good. As long as the EXO can sort of hold on to what they've been doing these past 3 races, they should come out of this hopefully unscathed.
So Ben seems he's pulled shrooms in 4th. Managed to obviously take the staircase quicker than others, so now he has got 1st place, but he doesn't. That's not a good thing to have on this course, because you're gonna obviously. The shot does come into play quite a lot.
You know what? Daisy Circuit can be front ran. It just depends on how you use your items. It depends on how well you know the track and how well your sort of item look is. So it is very, very possible to front run this track, but in Ben's case, it depends on his item look and his team's, because a blue or a shock can really
we actually,
out of high spot.
A few seconds ago, we saw Sean try billing Sabi. That may mean that Sabi has the shock. Clearly, QNT didn't at that point. But, okay, it looks like QNT's bagger did actually manage to maybe star Sabi, so they've lost it if they had it. That could have been...
Oh, KP's gone again. I think it's not going too well for me either.
Okay, well...
Okay. Ben pulls the decision, might just use this to just seal the top 2.
Yeah, sealing the top 2. I believe EXO have a lot of spots behind it, though.
I think that I saw the...
That was a Quintessence shock there, right at the very end. They might have even dodged up on the line and even got even more spots to add to their top 2. Let us see what the scores are at the end of this.
We should be seeing the scores. Yep, we're going to be seeing the scores here. That's going to be winning race for QNT, not by too much, though, I don't believe. 35 to 26.
Yeah, +9 for QNT. So they are once again ahead. For EXO to stand a chance of winning now, they're going to need a few top positions these next 2 races.
And for people that aren't aware, the tie mark is 366. So QNT, if they win this next race 40 to 21, or even if they even win this next race, I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed that they can't lose the war.
Yeah.
I think they can even lose 30 to 31 or, you know, those kind of close results, and they can still guarantee the win.
Yeah. Grumble Volcano going to be the choice. This was EXO's pick. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Let's have a look. See, Grumble is a track where you can utilise the shock quite well, so if EXO have that plan to use shocks, then this could be one where it works out for them.
Okay.
We are going to be seeing Ben in first place here. Not holding out these triple bananas could indicate that a Quintessence member is behind him. Apologies for not speaking all that much. My stream keeps dying, so it is.
That is
well,
the same situation for me, and
yeah. So we are sort of making do with what we can see.
Hello, my name is Man That Can See Things, and I'm seeing Ben in 5th place with 3 greens.
Trip greens.
Not pulling them out.
Not sure who's in
Oh, would have been better if he did pull them out for protection there, but I guess we'll see what he can pull.
Oh, okay.
Is it going to be Shrooms? No, it's going to be the Thundercloud. Does get the pass on to Hikaru, then fails,
No, he doesn't.
gets it back. Let's see, will he be able to get the pass? He will, he won't. He definitely won't. That's a POW and a TC.
And an everything for him there. Especially when he was goldening up as well. That is not going to be useful for him back in 8th place now. I'm seeing a lot of the QNT tag back here could indicate EXO in the majority of the top spots.
I see Daze and Cinder. Daze and Cinder are in 5-7.
QNT.
I believe the Rosalina in first is Yoshida, so I think that is them in first place.
Let's see though.
If QNT have shock at this point, they could either take respawn for the ones who are doing that.
That's a bill in 8th for Ben, so that definitely means someone's going to have the shock. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be EXO or QNT's used the bill? Is there going to be a shock? There is no shock right now. That must mean EXO
should have been used by now.
That must mean EXO does have that shock. Ben pulls a mega last box.
Not going to be able to get him any more positions.
I saw QNT in 3, 4, 5, but I think EXO did get top 2. So if EXO did get top 2, we have to rely on, I believe, Daze and Cinder, who were the ones who were back there, to have at least gotten 6, 7 along those lines, maybe. Because for them to have won that race by a lot, EXO will have needed at least middle spots.
Okay, I think it's going to be...
Okay, I think EXO actually lost that race.
That's not even a 2. Ooh.
That's a loss. That's a loss.
I don't know what happened to Yoshida there. I'm pretty sure he was in first. Ended up getting 3rd. And yeah, EXO cannot win this. Unfortunately.
And that was 31 to 30 for QNT there. So QNT winning that.
And QNT winning the war. It is possible to get the bonus point, I think, but they'll need like a top 3, something along those lines.
Top 4, I think.
Top 4, yeah. So they'll need a winning race to say the least.
To get,
if they can't even get that, then yeah.
To get bonus point, they need To get bonus point, they need 42. Top 4 is 41 to 20. They need all 5 running.
Oh. Yeah. Let's see if Sabi knows that. Let's see if she goes backwards or not.
That's not including the penalty, though. You literally, I think, taking the penalty into account, they may need top 5. And even then, I don't think that'd work. 51 to 10.
I was gonna point that out, but...
So, we will have to find out. I mean, if Sabi goes forward, top 5's potential, especially on this track.
Yeah.
Mostly EXO pick.
No, I think the closest EXO can get, if that penalty's a -10, is going to be 51 to 10 with a top 5, which still isn't enough with a -10. So
Sabi going backwards.
Yeah, Sabi's going backwards. So doesn't look as if they clocked. Doesn't look as if they clocked onto the fact that they could have got the bonus point, but
So they have lost this match, a very good match. The QNT did play extremely well. This is QNT's first win, isn't it?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. So this is going to be a really good, it must be a feel-good moment for them. EXO bringing it back though over those last two GPs, they brought it back stupendously. So you know what?
What a
Kudos to
TC pass there.
TC passed to
Literally.
his own team.
I mean, at this point, it's probably a bit late for them to worry about a TC, but
Yeah, well, he had a star anyway, so that was good for them. Honestly, I think QNT should. They need to try this last race. Point difference can mean a whole lot at the end of it. So QNT definitely need to. Oh, 2 megas in play. One from each team. Doesn't seem to be doing a lot of damage though.
And
that's going to be it. QNT getting 7-8. So EXO might have won that match. Won the race, depending on what QNT got in the top spots.
what penalty? There was a penalty on race 1 where Sabi bumped Ben and then stole his box on lap 2 of Delfino Square race 1. QNT losing that race.
QNT losing that race, but not by a whole lot.
No, that's going to be, 28-33, I believe.
That is still going to be a win for QNT. EXO putting up a hell of a fight in this matchup here, bringing out one of their best lineups, having to sub out Felix for Cinder. A lot of people might think that was a negative, but honestly, that was quite a positive. Cinder scoring about 60 or 70 points that war. So quite an impressive feat for someone who doesn't play the game all that much.
I think we'll have to confirm that the race count. Yeah, okay, DC, so the race did count. The one that we've, I believe it was a top 3 or something, but that's going to end Quintessence Explorers of Time. It was a interesting match. I believe it took Explorers of Time too long to find their groove. Quintessence, a team that seemed to be able to run quite well with the lineup that they'd picked. Explorers of Time didn't have such running potential, but not a bad team in any way. It just seemed as if they were the team that needed the shocks a little bit more, and it didn't clock for the first few races, unfortunately for them, and it cost them to have enough of a deficit that they couldn't catch up that minus 60 to begin with.
As you said, yeah. Do you want to know what? I'll give credit to EXO where credit is due. They did really catch up and had QNT on the ropes for a few of those last races. But as you said, they didn't find their groove until it was too late. They'd given QNT too big of a lead by the time they'd gone, this is what we need to do and we're going to do it. So that is a shame, but EXO by no means are out of this division. One loss for them is not going to do a whole lot. They are now going to be 102, while Quintessence is still only 102. 102, yeah.
102,
really
but in the lead with bonus points, because remember they've got 2 bonus points.
That is true. So EXO shouldn't be disheartened, you know. They found their groove at the end of it. For the next few weeks, if they can just keep that up, just say this is what worked against this clan. Let's do it for the remainder of the weeks. That's all.
I think it's going to be interesting how it changes the second half of the season, because now every team will have played each other once, so they'll know how they sort of play. Let's say, well, not play, but everyone sort of play a similar way. But you could sort of say how to adapt to their sort of play if anything happens.
Yeah, one thing I would suggest is maybe if, if Explorers of Time looked at this match and they found that QNT were running too easily, maybe when EXO are the home team, they might pick something like trolling to take advantage of that, to try and kill the runners a bit more. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see the second half of the season when some of the teams that we see lose by not getting their groove quick enough might have enough intel on their opponents to be able to make the conscious decisions earlier on in the matches, maybe change the outcome.
I do honestly think, as you just said, trolling will benefit EXO a lot more. I know they are a big fan of trolling wars. And I think if this war did have trolling as the bagging rule set rather than suicide, this would have been a completely different story.
Do we have anything else to say?
I just have one or two other things, if that's okay.
Okay.
Basically, I would like to go over the casts that are happening tomorrow for those who are interested.
Or planned casts.
Planned cast. We don't exactly know what's happening as of right now.
Cities.
Yeah, 10:45 a.m. EST. We have the Chloe's Vanguard versus the Sodiumers on CTs.
I'm not sure we're gonna have. I don't know if I have a stream for that.
I'm pretty confident we do. I think Riku's streaming, so I think we're going to be casting
yeah,
that.
but he might not want to risk it considering his net didn't. I don't think.
True. Either way, that match is happening for those who want to just know about it anyway. And then at 2 p.m. EST, we are going to be casting MK8 on this channel. It will be Severance versus Fatal Aces in Division 1 of MKU, so please look out for that. I know most of the people who are watching this aren't fans of MKU, but that match will be happening at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then at 4 p.m. Eastern, we have a few custom track matches that we are able to cast. I know Battle Alliance and Fractured, I believe. Oh no, that's already happened.
That has already happened.
That was meant to be happening today. Sorry. That was meant to be happening tomorrow, according to my schedule, but apparently it's not. But I know there is a few other CT matches at 4 p.m. Eastern, and then there is one more MK8 match just after that, I believe. So stay tuned for all that tomorrow.
I think we've got his Fatal Aces Severance being casted.
Fatal Aces Severance is casted at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Paralyzed versus Dawn is meant to be getting casted as well, but we are not entirely sure of stream host yet for that. It will be majority CTs and MK8 tomorrow, so if you're interested in either of those, please come and take a look.
So I think that's probably it from us for now, so thank you for watching. Please remember to follow. Look at all of the social media. I know mkboards.com is not up currently, but if you haven't really looked at the competitive Mario Kart scene before and you are interested by this, feel free to stay tuned for more content and join the site when it is back up. Hopefully the server changes will lead to it being much better.
Hopefully be tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
But I think that's it from us. So thanks for watching and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.